Hello doctors! Let's talk about Kernel Locating, which is coming to Arknights Global for the first time on December 5th. During this 2-week period, you get to choose one 6-star and one 5-star from a certain subset of kernel operators to be available in the Gold Certificate shop. This is important because kernel operators are not part of the standard summoning pool. Rolling in Kernel Headhunting is not recommended, and relying on top op in Recruitment is extremely inconsistent, making Kernel Locating the best way to acquire kernel operators. Here are the 6-star operators available to choose from in this round of Kernel Locating, which will only come back approximately once every 3 months. A lot of you have been debating which kernel 6-star to get for 180 gold certs, so in this video, I will go over the top 3 6-star operators you should consider from Kernel Locating to maximize gameplay impact. Keep in mind that obtaining new ops is far more impactful than increasing potential on ops you already own. In third place, we have Nightingale. This multi-target medic specializes in protecting your operators from arts damage. Her module level 1 grants her an extra tile of range, which makes it significantly easier to find suitable tiles for her and her allies. Module levels 2 and 3 are minimal healing increases with low priority. Her main skill is skill 3, which expands her range and grants all allies in range increased res and arts dodge, further cementing her usefulness against arts wielding enemies. Also, Nightingale comes with 2 deployable phantoms, not to be confused with Phantom, the operator, who is also in Kernel Locating. These phantom cages serve as excellent baits due to their high HP and increased taunt level, while costing a mere 5 DP. Undeploying Nightingale with at least one unused cage will grant her an extra cage on her next deployment. Whether or not this is a bug is for you to decide. Beware that Nightingale's skill 3 costs a whopping 120 SP. However, it has a rapid 5-second heli drop time and lasts a whole minute, so you may not need to wait for a second activation anyways. Skills 1 and 2 are not particularly worth mentioning. What makes Nightingale's presence so noticeable is that some of the scariest enemies in the game deal arts damage, such as Pompeii in Territorial Tendencies, and the infamous Water and Fire Union. The combination of bonus res and arts dodge from Nightingale result in far better survival chances. This is in sharp contrast to Shining, her fellow 6-star medic, who tries to specialize in protecting against physical damage, but unfortunately, physical elite and boss enemies have too much attack for her bonus defense to accomplish much. Since arts damage is reduced multiplicatively rather than additively, Nightingale is a lot more effective in fulfilling her role, a role which no other 6-star can really claim. One noteworthy downside is that for newer players, Nightingale's contributions towards survivability are not as essential, as their roster would usually benefit more from extra damage dealers. For a lot of maps, Perfumer or Telopsis may do the job just fine. Veteran players, on the other hand, especially those who enjoy challenging content, will certainly find a use for Nightingale. When it comes to evaluating the impact of a 6-star, challenging content should take priority, since that is where their presence will shine brightest. In second place, we have Mastema. Early on, splashcasters, including Mastema, were considered bottom of the barrel due to their high cost and low attack speed. However, aided by an awesome module whose level 3 cost is easily justified, Mastema has shown that damage does not mean everything, and that her utility sets her far above other splashcasters, arguably even above other casters. At high surging waves in IS3, Mastema is in fact considered the best caster to draft. Though, take this statement with a grain of salt, because casters deal damage quite inefficiently in IS3, where every single boss has 90 res. Cleverly, Mastema opts to take a different approach and act more like a D-cell binder than a splash caster, thereby salvaging the value of your caster tickets. With a 90 to 99% slow on her S3, depending on potentials, she can negate lots of nasty enemy mechanics, which is a huge boon for difficult maps like Ubi Bonasomnia. Even if Mastema gets stunned or frozen, the slowing effects persist. When her S3 is not an option, her S2 provides a 7-second AoE stun, which is useful for stun lock combos, as well as knocking down those pesky enemies with low altitude hovering. Both of her skills are powerful tools against mob-heavy content, like SSS or Reclamation Algorithm. Due to her talent granting 40% more SP recovery to all casters, Mastama's skill cycles are not as long as they seem. For example, S3's heli drop time is not 30 seconds, but actually 21 seconds. It's not exactly short, but workable. In first place, we have Schwarz. Schwarz is the most impactful operator you can get from Kernel Locating. What makes Schwarz so special is consistency. Whatever you want her to kill, she will kill. Low defense? Yes. High defense? Yes. One enemy? Yes. 100 enemies? Yes. High defense? Yes. Melee? Yes. Ranged? Yes. Multi-phase? Yes. Evasion? Yes. High defense? Oh, yes! Look, her damage per hit is so high that she blurs the line between physical damage and true damage. She has two great skills, S2 and S3, as well as two great modules. Module X focuses on utility, while Module Y focuses on damage. Mastery 6 is absolutely recommended, but if raising both modules to level 3 is too expensive, then X1Y2 or X2Y3 can serve as nice breakpoints. While coaching numerous players and helping them overcome the harsh roguelike landscape, I have noticed a common mistake in overlooking Schwarz S2. Sure, it may not be as flashy as her signature S3, but it outputs nearly as much damage and has a generous 40-second uptime. It's thanks to Schwarz's versatility in choosing between her two skills and two modules that she is the queen of integrated strategies. Whether it's D15 the Last Night, or Calamity Noteless Big Sad Lock, she will carry your run, from A to Z, from Emergency Symbiosis to Fate of We Many. Schwarz is an especially good pick if you have or intend to have other powerful snipers, like Arkedo, Cruz the King Glint, or Poziomka. All of them will appreciate Schwarz's sniper buff. Did you know that by merely existing, Schwarz on Mod X increases Cruz the King Glint's damage output by 74% against a retching Broodmother? To be fair, the obvious downside here is that Schwarz is more expensive to raise compared to most 6 stars, given that she wants Mastery 6 and both modules. In exchange, however, you get a sniper so powerful that she single-handedly performs the heavy lifting of many other operators, even many other 6-star operators. So much so that she has defined the upper ceiling of physical damage since 2020 and continues to do so today. Suffices to say, the investment pays for itself. And don't let the words single target fool you. She is more than capable of carrying emergency SSS or soloing reclamation algorithm 1 kill at a time. Those of you who watch my content already know this. A Schwarz is all you need. So those are my top 3 recommendations in terms of how to spend your 180 gold certs: Nightingale, Mastama, and Schwarz. But of course, gameplay isn't everything. We play Arknights for all sorts of reasons, like building funny combos, adhering to lore, fawning over waifus and husbandos, collecting your niche, optimizing the base, and so on. Using Kernel Locating for other reasons is just as valid, so don't let me stop you. What will you do with Kernel Locating? And do you like the way the system is currently implemented? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. Chernobyl, signing out.
Given your capability.